What's up everyone, my name is Nick and today I'm talking about Gawai, which is probably one of the biggest festivals celebrated here in Sarawak. It is a special festival and most people think it's a harvest festival, but it's more than that. It is a festival of thanksgiving. It is a festival of spirituality. It's a festival about community and your own identity. So let's talk about Gawai, the history of Gawai, the ceremonies that are being done during Gawai, where you can go this year for Gawai if you want to visit someone. So let's get this video started. This is Global Gibbon. So what does Gawai mean? Well, Gawai literally translates to festival or celebration in Iban and all the other Sarawak languages. And on the 1st of June, all the Dayak communities and most ethnicities here in Sarawak, they come together and they celebrate their festival as one. So Gawai is about honoring ancestors. It is about celebrating the end of harvest every year, the rice harvest. And something fun and interesting is that, did you know that Gawai wasn't even celebrated or even accepted by the government until 1965, which was the year when Gawai became a national holiday here in Sarawak. Yes, I said it, a national holiday in Sarawak. So when the British ruled Sarawak, the colonial era of Sarawak, the Brooke era. So back then, Gawai was not a public holiday. However, that did not stop the Dayak from celebrating this festival, as it's been so deeply rooted in them for many generations. And even though it wasn't a public holiday, they did celebrate it in their longhouses, in their villages, and all throughout Sarawak. Holiday or not, we celebrate anyways. And then in the beautiful year of 1965 came along the first Chief Minister of Sarawak, Dato' Stephen Kalong Ningkang, and he said, well, come on guys, we all celebrate this beautiful festival, so let's make it an official public holiday. And on 1965, Gawai became an official public holiday, and it became more than just a celebration of the harvest. It became a celebration for the Dayak to be proudly Dayak here in Sarawak. Now, recently, the whole month of May has already become a pre-Gawai month, basically. There are Gawai bazaars throughout the states. I've seen videos of fun festivals in Miri, Bintulu, Cebu, and of course here in Kuching. So Gawai in an Iban longhouse is something completely unique. The festival will start off with a unique tradition and part of the culture, which is the miring, which is an offering and a blessing to start the celebrations of Gawai. And it's always really beautiful to see these men who are doing this blessing. There are little cups and plates on the floor, on the table, and they wave around a chicken. It's a unique thing to see. And then part of the traditional Iban celebration of Gawai, of course, you have to ngajat. It is a beautiful dance done by both men and women, wearing full traditional outfit with feathers on their hair. And I can't do it because I'm too big and tall and I look weird doing the ngajat, but it's a very graceful dance and it's beautiful to see this performance. And like I said, I do not know how to do the ngajat because I'm too stiff. But I always like watching men and women perform this beautiful dance, and every step has a meaning. So for the women, I've seen some moves where they move their hand like this, it symbolizes, harvesting rice and planting rice. And then the men, they usually dance with a parang and a shield, and it's a dance in the form of a battle. It's beautiful to watch. Okay, so let's talk about the Bidayuh, another one of the bigger ethnicities here in Sarawak. So the Bidayuh also celebrate Gawai, and the heart of the Bidayuh celebrations, like for example in Kampong Tai, where I usually go during my Gawai celebrations, the heart of these Bidayuh villages is their barok, which is a round building that they use for their ceremonies, and this is where they gather and come together and do special ceremonies during Gawai. So during all Gawai celebrations, whichever tribe or ethnicity you are from, there is traditional music. And the Bidayuh, they have their traditional dance called the Rajang Ba'ah. I'm sorry if I mispronounce it. And we had a little celebration at our Jatmaan Cafe about 2 weeks ago, and I asked Arthur Borman, one of the residents of Anarai's Longhouse, to come over and play the Pratokng. I hope I pronounced that correctly, which is a bamboo instrument, and you play it, and Arthur Borman played it really nicely. So music is a huge part of any Gawai celebration. Together with food, ayam panso, bamboo chicken, delicious, is a huge part, and you cannot celebrate Gawai without eating ayam panso, bamboo chicken. Tuak is the local rice wine, and harvesting has just finished a couple or a month or two before Gawai, and Gawai itself is a celebration of the next season. So, or a part of that is the celebration of the next season of harvesting. And of course, rice, you can turn that into rice wine. So rice wine is a huge part of Gawai, and it's about making it, it's about sharing it and drinking it together. And one tip, if someone offers you a glass of tuak, of rice wine, do not deny it, because that might be a slight taboo unless you have a really good reason not to drink, of course. So all the other houses are decorated, there's plants, and everyone is happy. And then comes the most important part, perhaps, of Gawai for most people, which is ngabang. And this is open house. So you can visit your friends, your family, or even a longhouse, and you can visit all the different houses, and the people from these houses or from the baliks, the little apartments, they will feed you and they will give you drinks and food, because it's all about Thanksgiving. It's about being together and celebrate the fact that you're proud to be Dayak. Okay, so here's some tips of what you can do for this year's Gawai. On the 1st of June, which is this Sunday, 2 days after this video is uploaded, there are a couple of open houses, open villages where you can go. So the main one, where every year they celebrate a huge festival, which is Kampong Tae, T-A-E-E. Wonderful place. I might go there this year. Another one which I just learned about is that Rais is also having an open village with a parade, and there is huge celebrations going on from 10 o'clock in the morning until 2 o'clock at night, in the middle of the night. Yes. And so those are two villages where you can go to. Everyone is welcome. You can get in your car and drive there, and they will welcome you. And another big festival that's happening in Betong, I believe it's on the 7th of June. And there's a huge Gawai Kaamatan festival with live music and a lot of celebrations. So check that out, and yes, bye. Okay, so I hope you've learned a little bit more about Gawai and about things that maybe you didn't know. Now, I want to say thanks for watching this video. I'm going to celebrate Gawai again this year somewhere, and I suggest you do the same thing. Go visit a village, go meet your friend at their longhouse, and try the delicious food. Try your way at Ngajat, learn a few steps, maybe play the Angkrumong if they allow you to, and play games and hang out together with friends and family. Now, thanks for watching. Have a happy Gawai. Gayu Guru Gurai Nyamai. Thanks for watching. Leave a like and leave a comment. Tell me where you celebrate Gawai this year and the previous years, and see you again next year. Okay, bye.